Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to another on-course session, another course management session, and we're back at Rotherham Golf Club. I did say last week we'd be back at Woolley, but we will be back there at some point. But we need to get the last 5 holes here finished at Rotherham. Stroke index 1 here at Rotherham. We're on the 5th hole. It is, let me just double check. So after I've just checked, it is 405 yards. It is stroke index 1, and it's the hole here at Rotherham I probably hate the most, as it is a dogleg to the left. So I need to play something that has a little bit of draw potentially, which is not my shape. So I'm used to hitting a little bit of a fade. And this is a hole where I've played this for many years now, and I've tried every different way of how to play this golf hole, and I've not really found the way of doing it the best for me. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a 4-iron. I'm going to play a 4-iron down there, which normally for me is around about 200 to 220 yards. That should then leave me 180 in. Yes, that probably is a full 6-iron for me if I get this 4-iron good. But even there, I'm trying to eliminate the high score. A lot of the times the run out on the right for the trees is around about 230 yards. And with a driver, I try and turn one over, we block it out like everybody does. We try and play a shot we're not comfortable with. We end up in the trouble, have to chip out. Score quickly gets higher than what it needs to be. Again, 95% of golfers on this hole, you are going to get a shot, so take your medicine here. Even hitting a hybrid down there, even hitting a 7-wood or a 5-wood into play, play it around the corner, and then pitch it on. It makes it a lot easier. It eliminates any double bogeys, it eliminates any triples, it eliminates you, again, getting a little bit worked up on a hard hole. Let's try and make it as easy as possible. Let's play it the most percentage way, let's play it the easiest way, and let's just get out of here. There's a lot more holes to come that are birdie opportunities, and they're the ones we want to take advantage. No matter what handicap you're off, you will be able to reach the next couple of greens nice and easy in 2. We've then got a chance to get some shots back. You'll have a shot on those holes potentially still, so we're looking at birdies on those. So 4-iron, like I said, so I'm going to now play this just up the left half of the fairway, and the normal fade should take it back into the right hand side of the fairway. And this is, yes, it's a stroke index 1, but there is no point trying to play a shot we're not comfortable with. And how many people comment below, do you get on a tee box and say, oh, I might try a draw because I can draw it on this one, end up on the last fairway, and then from there it's a lot of trouble. So nice and easy here, just a comfortable 4-iron, even into this breeze. Started up the middle, faded a little bit, perfect. Up the right hand side of the fairway. So I'm going to get up there now, show you the view we've got of the green and see how we're going to play that. And again, the green has got different things around it, a couple of bunkers that might be in trouble. So if you can't reach into, putting it into a position where you don't have to go over the bunkers is an essential. So that's a fairway hit, the right hand side of the fairway. You can see I'm away from the trouble. However, although I'm away from the trouble, I've got a lot longer in than I thought, so it isn't as warm this morning. I was kind of hoping. The wind has taken that into account, so even there for me, I could have maybe gone for the 7-wood, might have been affected by that a little bit more. If you've got a 2-iron, I might have been able to use a 2-iron and get a little bit further up there, so I wouldn't be hitting another 4-iron into the green. But obviously being on the 5th hole here, we're into our round a little bit. We're obviously warmed up, we've played 4 holes now, so we should be able to be, famous last words, striking the ball a little bit better, getting the distance we would normally expect to see from this 4-iron. So one big thing is there to take into account how far it is off the tee, what are the fairways like, is it going to run out much? I'm used to that 4-iron probably running out to 220, 230. But today it's a little bit soft still. It did rain a lot last night, so take into account what conditions have you had overnight and how that's going to affect when you are playing a layup, when you're playing different shots. If you're playing a lower one, even there with a 2-iron, it might have landed at the same distance and still not ran out as much because of how wet potentially it's been due to some rain overnight. But here another 4-iron, and like I said on the tee box, there's 2 bunkers either side there, and it is a little bit of a slope up to the green. The pin is right in the middle today, so even being here, and even if I don't hit the green, I'm going to be a lot closer in 2 than I would be if I was in those trees and having to chip out sideways and then have a similar shot for my 3rd. So being here, being able to make sure that I'm not in the trouble, is then allowing me to guarantee, again famous last words, that I'm not going to get a higher score than I should do. So 4-iron again, straight at it. struck that very well, if I do say myself. That's just crept onto the front edge, so bullet straight, just left of the flag. 2 good 4-irons there on the 5th hole. Again, I'll be into my round here, I'll be warmed up, I've played 2 great shots there, but even if that was a little bit short, I'll be more confident in getting up and down than I would be getting up and down from 150 yards if I've chipped out. As we walk up, you can see a very narrow entrance to the green, bunkers either side, so don't be tempted on stroke index 1 to go after something. So if you have taken your medicine off the tee, don't go for something and try and then end up either in one of these 2 bunkers or behind the bunkers playing a shot that you're not too comfortable with. Laying up and having a straight shot up this middle section is with the most consistent and give you the most confidence to get it close. You know, if we look back there, you'll be better off leaving it where the tyre marks are, a little bit short. Don't try and chase something up here just because it is stroke index 1, and then we'll be able to attack that pin. Great pin there, you'd be able to use a lot of the green, get that ball running and up towards it. But let's see if I can get out with a 2-putt. So I'm going to go through my process here, guys, do a little bit of green reading. We've got 40 feet here, so tour average would be I've got more chance of getting over 2 shots than I have getting a 2-putt. It's the first putt of the day for this morning for me, but we'll see how we can judge that pace. And here, very much from this distance, a lot of people say they struggle because they don't know how far to take it, they just hit it harder. But very much looking and judging how far you would throw the ball gives you a good feel when you're from 40 feet of how much swing you would have. Okay guys, I've got clinics coming up. I will put my email on the screen. We've got clinics coming up in May. So I will put my email address on there. If you are interested, do drop me an email and I will add you to the emailing list. But let's see, stroke index 1, get out with a par. So an interesting pin, doesn't feel like there's too much break, just a little bit there. Well, certainly not a bad way to do it on stroke index 1. So stroke index 1 there, more maybe luck than judgment, but a good read, a good bit of pace, and it has gone in there. So a 3 there on stroke index 1, first hole of the day, but it does show, okay, very lucky with the putt, but it does show that you can get to the green and you can play it in a smart way off the tee to then give yourself the best chance in and around the green. And just because it's stroke index 1, especially if it's a shot shape that you don't like, don't try and manipulate something. I know I've been doing that for the last 10 years on this hole and I haven't found the answer, but today I might have. I've hit 2 very good 4-irons for yourselves. It might be 2 very good 3-woods, but it keeps you out of the trees at 230. It then gives you the chance to get there or thereabouts. Even if you're just short of the green, we can pitch up, like I said. You can give yourself a chance and you will get a shot, well, 90% of people, 95% even, will get a shot on this hole. Take your medicine, limit your scores, and you'll see next week on the next hole, we've got a good chance, a short par 4, and if we play it smartly, we should have a chance to birdie. And that's what we're trying to do here, guys. Keep your score going, you're into your round here, don't let it ruin on the 5th hole, don't come here and get an 8, get a 9, then you're trying to chase birdies on the next few holes, and it's a long day until you get to the bar. So guys, thank you very much for watching, hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again later in the week.